Nikola makes a deal with General Motors, Visa with another fintech company in Europe, and Louis Vuitton and Tiffany have not yet found common ground. The hottest news of the financial world is already here. Before we start, do you see the red subscription button? Click it and stay tuned to what happens in the financial markets. Let's go! Hello everyone! It is the RoboMarkets channel with the top financial stories of the week. In this video, we will speak about the deals, who bought or didn't buy whom, what was the reason, and what came of it. We have the illustration of both successful and unsuccessful outcomes from this not-so-obvious business process. Let's start with the Nikola GM deal. Spoiler alert, everything turned out well. The bottom line is pretty straightforward. Nikola sells General Motors a $2 billion stake and gives it the right to appoint one member of the board of directors. In return, the company gains access to GM's technical base and manufacturing facilities for its new electric pickup truck called the Badger. The cooperation may expand to other Nikola truck models as well. Fun fact, the electric truck manufacturer who made a buzz already has several models in stock, but has not produced a single real car yet. As for the Badger, a physical form of the pickup itself will be presented in December this year, and production is planned to begin only in 2022. Nikola's market capitalization is now estimated at $18 billion. $18 billion just for the idea and engineering calculations, something that sounds crazy. And this is despite the fact that only recently, the financial company Hindenburg Research released a devastating report on Nikola. It caused a collapse of the company's shares by 12.5% at the market opening last Thursday. The report boils down to the thought that all of Nikola's statements are based on deceiving investors and partners, and that the technologies developed and acquired by the company do not actually exist. Nikola's CEO Trevor Milton responded to this on Twitter, calling the article a hit job. He also mentioned that he was aware of who may have funded this provocation. There may be a grain of truth in his words. The market is full of competitors, and Nikola is not the only one working on the production, or at least its planning, of electric trucks. Among the companies who've already announced their intentions to produce a similar model is Rivian Automotive, a startup that has secured Amazon and Ford support, Ford itself, planning to electrify its famous F-150 truck, and Fiat Chrysler automobiles. Interesting movements are taking place in the world of EV. Should we start to stock up on popcorn? Give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to hear more about this topic. And we will proceed with another successful recent deal. Visa has entered into a strategic partnership with Vipps, a Norwegian digital wallet provider. Visa's goal is to develop a part of the business related to mobile payments in the European region. Within Norway, Vipps is a relatively large company. Its market penetration rate is 85%, and the volume of transactions has increased by 145% over the past year. Visa needs such cooperation. In the latest quarterly report, the payment giant reported a decrease in earnings by 17%. The company is aware of the drawdown, which may be a reason for its recent acquisition of several popular fintech startups. In January, Visa acquired the Finnish company Plaid for $5.3 billion and invested $80 million in the UK-based Currency Cloud. Now, the partnership with Vipps. In the latter case, the conditions and costs of the transaction are still behind the scenes. Let's wish them good luck and hope that everything goes well, unlike what has happened between Tiffany and Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton Group, LVMH. What happened? A tale as old as time. People made a deal, one of the parties violated its conditions, it all resulted in drama. When it comes to $16.2 billion, jokes are aside. Tiffany's deal with the French group LVMH, which owns world-renowned luxury brands, was signed in November 2019. But the pandemic changed the group's plans. The demand for luxury goods decreased, revenues have been reduced, and $16 billion is a very significant amount. LVMH postponed the previously agreed merger date, which led to another fall in Tiffany's shares on Wednesday, this time by 6.44%. If earlier the companies planned to complete the merger on August 24th, now LVMH announced the transaction's postponement to January 6, 2021. At the same time, in an official message, the group said that they had received a letter from the French government. It stated a recommendation to postpone the American brand's acquisition due to the threat made by the United States of imposing additional taxes on French goods. Tiffany, of course, didn't like it. They said that the report had no legal basis and filed a lawsuit against LVMH to enforce the original agreement. What effect this will have is unclear. The lawsuit is filed in a US court, Louis Vuitton is in France, and all this looks more like an attempt to do something than real problem solving. We are following the development of this case. Subscribe to the channel to not miss the sequel. But let's move on from the drama to a comedy. In China, there has been an increase in accidental, quote marks, stock sales. The so-called fat fingers syndrome has affected the shareholders of at least 6 Chinese companies. All of these stories are ridiculous. For example, Shenzhen Changfang Group Co. said that its shareholder accidentally sold 16,000 shares using the wrong ticker. In another company, Sany Heavy Industry, a shareholder sold 96,700 more shares than planned. The chairman of the board of directors of TCL Technology Group Corp. Accidentally sold 5 million of the company's shares worth $5.3 million through his personal account. However, it is worth mentioning that he immediately bought back the stocks and then donated more money to the company than he earned from this deal. It's hard to believe that all of this was an accident, especially with such frequency. So it's not surprising that there were rumors that all these events were insider checks of the market in China before organizing stock sales. The companies could probably somehow agree among themselves not to use the fat fingers excuse almost simultaneously within a short period. Are we assisting the beginning of China's market fall? Please share with us in the comments what you think about this. We are approaching the end of the video, and the moment has come to talk about economic news. This week will be all about the central banks. The financial markets will follow one of the key regulators and their monetary policy decisions almost every day. The volatility will be high. Let's start with the UK. The Bank of England will hold its regular meeting on Thursday, September 17th. The interesting part will be the volumes of the asset buyback programme and the regulator's comments on the economy's state. Maybe you don't remember, but the Brexit's transition period is coming to an end. There are just about 3 months left. It is not much when it comes to agreement on all the controversial points, which there are plenty. In such conditions, an easing of the monetary system presents stress for the pound. Let's continue with Japan. The September meeting will probably be held calmly. The interest rate will remain in negative territory at minus 0.10% per annum. However, the pressure on the Bank of Japan is increasing. It is associated with economic support programs and their further expansion. There are no other options to restart the system. Usually, the yen does not respond to statistics, but the central bank meeting is a particular case, so be careful. The week's event in the United States is the Federal Reserve meeting with comments on the economic system's state and the interest rates decision. The rate will remain unchanged. We will leave it aside for now. But the likelihood of new incentive mechanisms arouses genuine market interest. Any hint of them may drop the dollar. So, here is your financial news of the week. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Subscribe to the channel to not miss the next videos, and give this one a thumbs up if you liked it. Take care, and see you next time.